Would you believe that to sell these pants, you would first need to pay $5,000? Seriously. In 2015, that's how much it cost to simply have the privilege of selling these polyester print leggings from a company called Lularoe. Let me explain. Lularoe is a multi-level marketing company that became infamous in the Amazon 4-part docuseries called Lula Rich. Not to mention their viral and accidentally crotch-focused legging prints. The $5,000 price tag represents the onboarding package that every Lularoe member needed to have before getting started. The package contained inventory of Lularoe's merchandise so that you could then sell it.
So my initial inventory expense was $5,119.55. I paid for that on my credit card. I was able to pay off every month with my savings, so I did not go into debt at any point in this process. I always had enough in savings to be able to afford this business.
The premise is simple. You buy inventory, you sell that inventory for more money, and you rake in a profit. Even better, you could supposedly get rich doing this just on weekends for a few hours every week. Some Lularoe members even became millionaires, all apparently because of their hustle. But come on now, how much of that is actually true? Or did we just stumble across the heart of the MLM lie? So let's talk MLMs, why they're dangerous, who they prey on, the fantasy of the get-rich-quick scheme, and how to actually become rich. By the way, if you're new here, I'm Kara and I make videos on the intersection of money, media, and intentional living. If you want to see more of my video essays, you might like this one on the toxic normalization of online gambling or how influencers don't care if you go broke. So MLMs, also known as multi-level marketing schemes, have a dark reality that hides behind glossy pictures, charismatic salespeople, and promises of financial freedom. It's the American dream packaged into a seemingly accessible format, something that'll supposedly guarantee wealth if only you're resourceful and hardworking enough. Except the false notion of meritocracy that MLMs love to push is basically the real product behind the fake products. You know the Lularoe members I mentioned earlier who became millionaires? Well, when you dive into their actual income streams, you see that very little money actually came from selling products. Their money was mainly made by recruiting other people into the MLM. As Lula Rich filmmaker Jenner First explains in this podcast, quote, "In the beginning, people were making hundreds of thousands of dollars from bonuses and only 3-figure to 4-figure margins on their merchandise being sold. The reward was for recruiting people. That's where the millions were being made." The later you get into a multi-level marketing scheme, the lower down in the pyramid you become, and thus the more likely the MLM is going to be a financial disaster for you. But wait. You might be like, did she just say pyramids? Are MLMs technically pyramid schemes? No, MLMs are not pyramid schemes. Technically, by the most razor-thin technicality that allows them to bypass laws that are heavily debated over, they are technically not pyramid schemes. Now, does their org chart look like a pyramid? Yes. Do 99% of their people lose money? Yes. That's an actual stat by the FTC, by the way. Even gambling has better odds than that. And do MLMs leverage the same tactics cults do to recruit and maintain people? Yes. Yes, they do. But to be fair, there is a legal difference, at least in the United States right now. And the difference is that pyramid schemes are based entirely on recruitment. You can only make money by recruiting people in a pyramid scheme. MLMs, on the other hand, technically offer a product that you can sell in addition to making money by recruiting people. So like leggings at Lularoe, makeup at Mary Kay and Amway, or teas at Herbalife. Important to note though that these products are often not high quality. From ripped and moldy leggings, to makeup that makes you break out, to drinks that can injure your organs. But it makes sense why these products aren't very good, and it's because they are not the real moneymaker. They're just the fine line that keep MLMs from being illegal. What MLMs do well and what they truly invest in is selling everyday people the idea that there's an easy path to financial freedom.
We were told to cold message people with an opportunity. Recruiting was the main topic of every conversation. We had no money for food and things because I was promised if I put this in I'd get more back. It seemed a little bit like a cult.
MLMs sell you the idea that you can have your own business, be your own boss, make your own hours while making tons of money, all while making friends and having a community of like-minded folks. That's why you see so much investment from MLMs in their conferences and their social media. Honestly, the people who run MLMs should seriously consider pivoting to party planning because my God, do their parties look fun. They've got lights, circus acts, motivational speakers, and random celebrities to take pictures with. And on social media, the flexing doesn't stop. MLMs encourage their members to be as flashy as possible on social media so they can convince their friends that the MLM is making them rich, even if the reality is far from that.
You were supposed to filter your Facebook as though once you joined it works, all your problems went away.
The idea would be to show her friends that her work and her life were so glamorous and successful that they would do more than just buy her products. Maybe she could even recruit them to join her.
Not to mention, you might be advised to just remove the MLM name from all your socials because people might use their brain.
If you have your company name plastered all over the place, people can just go and Google it up, and then what happens? They might find some negative stuff. Maybe they go join or buy from somebody else. So remove your company name. That's my number one tip from your social media profile.
All of this is just part of an MLM's larger and deeper advertising campaign that aims to get more people into their weird little money cult. But why does any of this matter? Why can't I, annoying internet lady, just be happy that people are pursuing entrepreneurship and trying to make a better life for themselves? Some may say it's because I'm a certified hater, but I say that it's because the dark reality of MLMs is that they are predatory financial traps that prey on vulnerable people. Like I mentioned before, the FTC ran an analysis of 30 MLMs, and the average loss rate was 99.6%, meaning nearly everyone in MLMs is losing money. The report's writer compared the odds to a single spin on the game of roulette and found that the odds are 22 times as great as the odds of profiting after enrolling as a Melaleuca distributor, 48 times as great as the odds of profiting after enrolling as a new skin distributor, and 286 times as great as the odds of profiting after enrolling as an Amway distributor. The same FTC report explains, quote, "As a general rule, the more a new recruit invests in an MLM program, the more he or she loses. This, of course, is true of most any scam. The high investment MLMs require, paired with the awful odds of success, can lead to devastating financial consequences." Returning to our old MLM friend Lularoe, a former member describes the ways she was pressured to push the limits of her financial security in order to be in the MLM. Quote, "I was urged to stop paying my bills to invest in more inventory. I was urged to get rid of television. I was urged to pawn my vehicle. I just had to get on anxiety meds over all of it because I've started having panic attacks." The thing is, I am all for financial freedom and entrepreneurship. My handle on YouTube and TikTok is literally the Financial Freedom Girl, and I've started multiple businesses in my life. So when I critique MLMs, it's not because I think financial freedom isn't attainable or that entrepreneurship is lame and a waste of time. My criticism is simple. MLMs are not true forms of entrepreneurship, and they are not real pathways to financial freedom. They are scams run by grifters who prey on those searching to make their lives better for themselves, when in reality, they are making lives actively worse. MLMs appropriate business lingo and inspirational messaging to cover up their shady business practices that make the top of the pyramid rich and everyone else suffer. And what frustrates me so much about MLMs is that the people who suffer the most tend to be the ones who are more vulnerable. Many MLMs, for example, target stay-at-home moms because, one, that population is looking for flexible ways to earn money, and two, is often in greater need of community and connection than the average adult. MLMs offer the illusion of solving both needs by letting you supposedly make lots of money working a few hours a week from home, and that you'll be joining a sisterhood of others that provides the community you're desperately seeking. The same goes for other groups that MLMs tend to target, such as low income and immigrant populations, because these groups may have close-knit communities that make it easier to recruit trusting friends into the MLM, and because ultimately vulnerable groups like this are looking for ways to improve their financial situations and have stable, comfortable incomes. MLMs know this, which is why they swoop in with these grand promises while delivering more hardships.
What is training? It's recruiting. It's recruiting. It's a poor person recruiting two friends who recruit two friends, each of whom recruit two friends. That's what this is.
And you know what's another group that's apparently targeted these days? YouTubers that talk about the intersection of money and media. That's right, folks. Your girl was not only targeted by an MLM, but she got as far as actually having a conversation with them before realizing what was going on. And this didn't happen just once in my life. No, this happened twice. And one of those times was literally, I kid you not, while I was writing this video. As in, I was literally writing the script, researching MLMs. I had a call. Turned out that call was an MLM. Divine timing at its finest. And yes, when I figured out that I was trapped in an MLM call, I laughed so hard in my head, and then I thanked the YouTube lords for blessing me with this sweet, sweet content. So quick side story about how this happened and what it's like. A woman reached out to me through my YouTube business email with what seemed like a brand deal, so I took a call with her to learn more. Now, my mistake here was not asking enough questions up front, because she never mentioned the name of the business in the emails, but she was good at using enough influencer industry lingo to make it seem like it was a legitimate opportunity. And then when I went on a call with her, I immediately got weird vibes and felt very suspicious. I think I'm naturally a pretty suspicious person when people talk influencer stuff with me, because I feel like there's a lot of people looking to push shady things through influencers, but I felt extra suspicious in this call. The way they glorified their founder was textbook cult and MLM behavior. They didn't mention the name of the company till halfway through the call, which at that point I started Googling it on a side tab while they were talking. And then when I asked them straight up, "Are you guys a multi-level marketing scheme?" they were very particular with their words, saying that legally they weren't an MLM and that you shouldn't listen to the people online who say that they are, and that while yes, you can make money from referring others into the company, you don't need any upfront investment like a typical MLM, which is highly debatable, seeing as the company requires you to spend around $100 a month for the rest of your life to be in the company. Now, I'm not going to name the company, but for those who want to sleuth or who are curious, I will say that I have mentioned their name at some point in this video. As for the other time I unknowingly got sucked into an MLM, it was when I was fresh out of college and I was looking for jobs. This person reached out to me on LinkedIn and they framed themselves as if they were a company recruiter, so I took a call with them thinking, oh my gosh, I finally have an interview, only to get on the call and be really confused by how vague her language was being. I didn't really understand what the job was, and then halfway through again, I was like, oh shoot. This is a scam. Now, luckily, I've never gotten further than an intro call with these folks, but I can absolutely see how if I wasn't aware of the pitfalls of MLMs, or if I was in a very desperate financial situation, that might have seemed like a good option to me, even if the dark reality is that they could have made my situation 10 times worse. Hopefully this shows you how easy it is to be initially lured into MLMs. You have to be really wary of opportunities that seem too good to be true. Now, I probably want to make a whole video on the concept of get-rich-quick schemes, but I'll say this much here. Get-rich-quick schemes are sold by the people who want to get rich quick. The people buying into get-rich-quick schemes, though, are not getting rich. The thing about getting rich is that for the most part, it's boring. It's not sexy, it's not glamorous, it's not dramatic and fast. This is also a topic I want to make a whole video about. For most people, getting rich happens over time. It's small, incremental changes, decisions, and habits over decades. It's about budgeting, saving, investing in low-risk assets, avoiding lifestyle inflation, upskilling and job hopping to increase your salary. It's not big, flashy opportunities that are going to make you rich by next summer so that you never have to work again. Remember, if it sounds too good to be true, it might just be. So what do you think about multi-level marketing schemes? Have you ever been in one, are in one, known someone in one, or like me, been reeled into an introductory call with one? Let me know your thoughts and experiences with MLMs in the comments below, and feel free to add any topics you'd like to see me cover in another video. If you liked this video, you might also like my video on the dangers of the stay-at-home girlfriend and tradwife culture, and my video on social media's aesthetic subcultures. Be sure to subscribe for more and like this video to please the algorithm overlords. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.